All right, got one tire mounted up. This will be my spare. I just ordered one more tire yesterday, and I ordered the wheels last week. So let's fit this one up for the spare, since I don't need the tire pressure monitor, right? So I can also do a test fit on the front. See if I need to remove those crash bars or not. If so, just picked up some Sawzall blades. It's Saturday morning. Got to get back into this. First thing is, I gotta cut like a quarter. The differential is in there, and the old cross member mount is on the side, and it's hitting. So I think these are long enough so I can squeeze in there without taking the diff out and just trimming like a quarter-inch off it. I think. We're gonna find out. That's what's going on today. I need to finish bolting everything. It's bolted, but it's not tight. I got to torque everything, so I'm going to download some torque specs right now, and I got to see what these brackets do for the brake lines. This is all that's left of the brackets here. These are the lift blocks for the rear in U-boats. 2 shocks, so we'll see. Skid plate for the front. This will go on last, right? For right now, let's finish the coffee and look up them specs. Oh yeah, it's getting hot already. Also, if I can get that together, then I got to do some cleanup, and I'd like to get this lawn mowed, and I want to trim that tree, but man, that's a big job there. I don't think it's going to happen today. We'll see. I clean this yard up. Hey, see these benches? They're throwing these out. I figured, man, I could strip these and refinish them. Right? So I brought them home. That's another project. Yeah, so like, by the way, right? I got 2 more of those chairs, and they came out pretty good. That's why I got the benches. See these 2 right here? I stripped them down and re-oiled them. They're teak wood. They're genuine plantation teak wood, and for some reason somebody painted them. But these are actually imported. Right there, see that? Made somewhere in England. Aha! They had 6 of these chairs. I only took 2 of them because I was like, what am I going to do with all these chairs? And the time it takes to finish them, refinish them, I ain't got the time. But now I'm liking it. All right, hang in there. I got work to do. All right, guys, this is 8 years ago on my Colorado build. Fitting up my own tires here. Then all I had to do is take it to the tire shop and have them balanced. But yeah, took some work, but I got her done. Now this is seating the bead, okay? You gotta seat that bead, it's a tight fit. So you'll see the tire pop up, because that's the bottom. The bottom bead seats first for some reason. It usually seats fairly easy. It's the top bead that usually gives you trouble. So you'll see the tire pop, and then you'll see the top of the tire bead snap into place. You gotta lube it up real good. Yeah, that was the bottom. Here goes the top. You got to watch your pressure, so you don't want to put too much pressure. You can blow the tire up. So hey guys, it's Thursday and it's boy, it was a warm one today. It's supposed to be hotter tomorrow. We're in the high 90s. Yeah. So it's still warm right now at 5:15. But since I got a wheel, I got one wheel and I got 4 tires. This amount of tire, right? See what it looks like. Yeah, I ordered the rest of the wheels, but they won't be here till next week. And then I'll need one more tire for a spare, right? So let's call this a spare. So this one won't get a tire monitor, pressure monitor. We'll just put a regular stem on there. So I go, yeah, let's do that. And then I'll just put, like I said, I need to order one more tire. Somebody made a comment about a 17. Why a 17? Oh, what a weird size. 17, you know, that is the only 8-ply 35-inch tire I could find. Was the Cooper ST Max. It's an 8-ply, it's not a 10-ply. I don't need a 10-ply in a half-ton pickup, especially a mid-sized truck. That's for 3/4 and 1-ton trucks. You get a 10-ply, they're heavier, they're stiffer. You gotta air down more air just to get them to flex. I mean, yeah, I don't want that. If I could go with a 6-ply, I'd go with a 6-ply. But, okay, we'll go with 8-ply. That's all. And then I like this tread design, so it worked out good. I just had to fit that 17-inch wheel. I was like, because they didn't, I couldn't find these in a 35/18. So I was like, all right, back to the drawing board. Let's go back to 17s. So there you have it, right? So yeah, let's see if we mount that tire up. And then I got some issues with that on that differential on the truck. I was looking at my last video I posted, and it looked like that diff's hitting the cross member. And sure enough, it is. I went and checked it out yesterday. I was like, God dang it. So now I might be able to cut it just where it's at, or I might have to pull the diff back off. So it's like, oh well. It's a shame, I tell you, it's a shame. So let me prep this tire and I'll put this on and air it up. Piece of cake, right? Well guys, not only is it still hot out here, but that tire's a bear to mount by hand, especially with just basic tools. I don't remember it being this hard in my last truck. So this is just going to be the test fit, right? When I get the other wheels, I'll probably take them down to the shop and have them done. So I'm not going to go through this in all 4 of them. Time for a cold one, and then I'll air it up. Fit it up on the truck. All right, guys, it's already going on 7 o'clock. I finally got the tire on. It was a workout. And then to air it up, you gotta seat the beads, right? Well, there's seating the beads and there's seating the beads. I mean, seating the bead on the rim. Sometimes these are pretty easy. Other times it's not. So one thing you need plenty of airflow. So what helps is to pull the valve stem core out, so you get more air. And then on this particular size, this is a 9-inch wheel and a 12.5-inch tire. It should seat up pretty easy if you got plenty of airflow. My problem is my air check don't clip on there. So you don't clip on, you gotta hold on. And you gotta give it the shot of air. And it takes more than a shot of air. And then air is gonna leak out around the rim, front or back, or sometimes both. And sometimes you just need to finagle it a little. You might need to pick the wheel up off the ground a little so it seats more in the front than in the back, or on the back of the front, because it's just leaking out a little bit that it won't get any pressure in there. So once you get a little air pressure in there, it'll start moving. And then the last thing is to actually seat the bead on the rim. A lot of times it'll pop. This one's seated real easy. It didn't pop, it just slipped on there. I've had some, like on my last tires, the AT3s, I mounted those by hand, and yeah, the bottom seated pretty easy, but the top one, man, it soaked it, and I was watching it, more air, and so had a gap, and you know, you can blow these off the wheel if you put too much air in them. Because I know somebody's going to say, oh, you should have used lighter fluid and all that bullshit. Yeah, you could in an emergency, but you know what? You don't want to start a fire, and you don't want to hurt yourself putting a tire on when you can just take it to a tire shop, right? Now in the wilderness somewhere, and if you don't got the means and it won't seat, last resort, but don't play around with stuff like that. I've seen tires blown off rims before. It wasn't pretty. That tire flew off the ground and flew back down again, and actually broke the bead on the tire. There's a steel in the wheel, in the tire. Yeah, in the tire. It didn't break the wheel. It popped off the rim. Kaboom! Yeah, lucky the installer didn't get hurt. My buddy Arnold, we were both working at Montgomery Wards at the time, and this guy brought in some Armstrongs Norsemans. They're flotation tires. They don't take a lot of air to pump them up. I mean, like max air on these is 50 pounds or something. Those things don't take that much air, and it's stated on the tire, do not exceed 30 psi to seat the beads. And that thing would not seat. And the boss told him, just keep putting more air in there, put more air in there. So he put more air in it till it blew off. Boom! Yeah. Yeah, you don't fuck around with this stuff. Air pressure. We're at work one day at, I think, Fox Studios, and pumping up 6-inch PVC. You're not supposed to use compressed air to test PVC, but that's what they were doing. I don't know how much air he got in there, but man, that sounded like a cannon. Kaboom! People came out to see what blew up. Just a glue joint blew out. Crazy, yeah. Air pressure's crazy. You don't want to mess with that.
So der vor Zeit steigt die Kälte leise in die ganze Zeit. Stille Glocken, die Erinnerung, Flüsse von Tagen, die längst verschwunden. It was a government, I don't know.